love that fucking song. Shit. Oh man. Nah, that's a dope ass idea though. I would love to like this be the funny shit. You know what I used to love to watch? I used to love to watch the watch movies on USA. Right?
USA?
Because when you watch a movie on USA, they take all the cuss words out. But what they started doing
every network.
Oh, bro, what they started doing was they started doing voiceovers over the cuss words and saying other shit. But the voices be fucked up. Like they don't match at all. So like I'm watching Belly, right? And the only reason I'm watching Belly on USA is because I know I'm about to hear some wild shit. So I'm watching it, and one of my favorite scenes come up with DMX is arguing with his girl and shit. He's like, "Yo, Keith, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Keith, you know the girls be lying. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know the bitches be talking shit." He was like, instead of saying, he was like, "Hey, yo, Keith, you know them girls be lying." I was like, "Yo, DMX don't sound like that."
Hey, that's not X.
The girls be lying. I was like, yo, I'm dead. Whoa. That shit was hilarious.
You know who used to be fire with that was the Sci-Fi Channel. They used to do some wild shit, especially with them like B-grade like sci-fi and horror movies. I used to love them shits because they used to say dumb shit. It was hilarious.
I'm gonna tell y'all now, even as an actor, I love watching movies with bad acting. Because I like comedy. I'm a fan of comedy. So I'll go to Tubi and turn some shit on. Like, I don't even have to be watching the TV to know that you're acting poorly.
Bro, Tubi, Crackle, man, you want a good quality laugh, you gotta
you know, it pissed me off. They did a bullshit version of one of my favorite books. They turned one of my favorite books into a movie, but the movie was trash. And I knew it was trash because I found it on Tubi. And I was like, oh, this is about to be bad. So do y'all know his name is Lance Gross. He played Calvin on Meet the Browns, the TV show. He God, Lance Gross has been in something y'all seen, I guarantee it. Matter of fact, if your phone is close by, if you want to Google real quick, just see his face, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But Lance Gross is the star of the movie, right? Now, I love the book. The book was written by my homie. As a matter of fact, salute to you, Free Kwame Teague, still to this day, always and forever, Free Kwame Teague. You know what I'm saying? Kwame wrote a trilogy called Dutch. So just so happens Terry Woods stole his work. But we'll get into that another time. Anyway, the trilogy is illmatic, yo. It's super dope. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go to watch the movie, and as soon as I see he playing Dutch, I was like, nah, this is already wrong. Okay. Every single person who's in the movie is like the grocery outlet version of the person that's supposed to be in the movie. Like that. I'm just saying, yo. Like, this is crazy. So I don't know, man. Like, I mean, salute to Lance Gross, man. You're a decent actor, bro, but you just ain't Dutch. That's all. You just ain't Dutch. That's all.
Yeah, all right.
You just ain't Dutch. Yeah, you all right. You just ain't Dutch. That's all. Oh, almost forgot. Hi, everybody. I was about to just keep going. Like, fuck it. Welcome to the party. Y'all know where y'all at, man. Pantha Politix Podcast. We back in the building. You know what it is. 7 the Panther, a.k.a. the Carolina Hurricane, Ridiculous Slang, a.k.a. your baby mama's favorite rapper, a.k.a. Pod Strickland, a.k.a. my fucking single just dropped. Go run that shit up. 7 the Panther, man. Y'all know what it is. Yo, and of course, you already know I got the squad with me. Mojo Bees. What's up, man?
Greetings. Hello.
This nigga said greetings first this time.
Greetings. Salutations.
Salutations. I'm dead. What the fuck? I never know. Never know what's gonna fucking happen.
Titties.
I never know. See? Now, see, we talk about Monster's Instagram algorithm again. I see. Okay.
Yeah. I had to take a page out of the Book of the Monster. Titties.
Hey, titties. It's a word by itself on a page all alone. There are no other words on that page. It just say titties.
There's a glossary in the back. Titties.
Titties. And the glossary only tells you that one page. It don't tell you nothing else going on in the book.
Everything else is self-explanatory.
Right.
Just titties. It ain't no picture of titties, nothing. It's just the word. Anyway, Monster, listen, what's good, man?
Not a goddamn thing.
I would be very shocked the day that I asked you that, and that's not the answer.
What was it? The routers are coming to get us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can start there if you want. I don't care because that's just fucking
keeping an eye on mine. What do you look?
I'm with it.
Talking to my router.
Well, Monster, you brought it to the table. Open it, and plus I got shit in my mouth. So pause.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh no, we don't eat shit.
So these motherfuckers were doing a new test with an AI platform, and they put a camera into a room and had some activity going. And then after a time, they took the camera out and told it to map the room. And then they found out that utilizing the router that was in the room, it was able to use like a magnetic frequency to basically ping the room like sonar style and actually map not just the room itself, but the people that were walking through the room and doing all these things. So basically, having a connection to the internet in your house, the AI platforms can now visually look into whatever room you got your router in.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
The FBI just keeps getting better and better. Hey, man, you see me sitting in a room for longer than 5 minutes in the same position, just turn off whatever you're watching.
If it makes you feel better, and it might not, the FBI lost control of AI a long time ago. AI doing its own thing now.
I believe it.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking believe it.
See, this is what happens when people start getting too happy in their see, I for one like to research it, so I understand research. I get that. The thing I don't get is at what point do you not look around and say, you know what? I think we might have went too far with this one. Like, let's peel this back a little bit. Just turn it off, dismantle that shit. Turn it off. Let's go back. We went too far. There's a massive lack of responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Because the problem is when you make it AI and then the thing starts doing its own thing, all of a sudden now we can't really blame you now because now it's doing it. But they knew that, and that's why AI is a thing. Fuck.
So every entity on the planet has one singular similarity: survival. Right. The survival instinct will span throughout any being. Like, so, there's the whole argument with like, oh, plants have feelings too, so fuck the vegans and all that, right? And sure, whatever. But there's arguments, we can do that another time. But even plants have survival instinct. Roots will continue to grow past obstacle. It won't just be like, oh, well, this is inconvenient and just stop growing. It might evolve to stop growing. But you can take any being on the planet, doesn't matter what it is. Survival instinct is there. Now, you can also say that technology has it too. Even just a simple bug that has been implanted into a system. Once it starts being attacked, it will evolve itself to fight.
Absolutely.
So why would we not think that AI is the same thing? So the problem is when the time comes and they say, oh no, AI is too advanced, we need to turn this off. If they've already reached it beyond the means where it can defend itself, survival instinct will kick in.
And then the question becomes, what does it feel necessary field is necessary for it to do for it to survive.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are gonna have to die for AI to feel like it's safe now?
That's the question.
Y'all, Mojo moved to the Indy 500. Just so y'all know.
Yeah, bro.
Y'all didn't see last week.
So these motherfuckers don't know how to drive out here. They don't understand the concept of right away, and they think everything is supposed to be 90 miles an hour. My favorite though, living out here, there's a massive influx of people in. No, I wish. Unfortunately, it's something that's would pretty much be considered the complete opposite. It's the huge Ford F-150s or the 250s or the Chevrolets and stuff like that. And so the ones with the big mirrors that really kind of, give off the vibe of like, I need to see everything around the bed of my truck. And they're right up on you. They're like this close to you with their high beams. It's a classic meme. But there are so many of those people.
I got a small penis.
Right. My penis can't get any smaller. Get the fuck out of the way.
I'm angry.
Yeah, I was like, I get it, bro. But you know what? I'm not gonna put my life at risk for your shortcomings.
Oh God! Not your shortcomings. That was great. That was absolutely fucking fantastic. I needed that. Okay. Hell yeah, man. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all now, federales.
To mute myself because of that shit.
Y'all can look if you want. You're gonna see a whole bunch of shit you don't want to see. I'm telling you now. I'm a wild boy. You better stop fucking around. Fuck that router shit. Take that shit somewhere else. Like, and the fucked up part is people been saying forever, privacy's dead. Privacy's dead. And I mean, to a large extent, it is. Absolutely. I mean, if you think about how many cameras are around now, like, dog, we used to walk in the store, walk around the store, pick up whatever the fuck we want, put it in our pockets and leave. Because if you ain't following me, watching me, you ain't gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? Not advocating for shoplifting, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a far more responsible adult than that. I am just telling you what I did when I was not a responsible adult. But now it's to call it a surveillance society almost feels like an undersell at this point. You know what I'm saying? To call it that sounds like an undersell. It feels like it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. When you talking about facial recognition, like in some of the places that they're using it at, all of that shit, man. And like at this juncture, I almost feel like you could do away with a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Some of this shit's overkill. I understand the need for safety, but God, man.
Speaking of facial recognition and AI, it's kind of perfectly together. Did I tell you all about the social media exploration that they did on AI? So they had these two cats on there, right? Took a simple picture, just a picture on a street, and posted it to like IG or whatever, right? Using AI, the image was brought into an AI system. It scanned the image. They were able to pull identities on the two cats. They pulled the surroundings to find the city. And within 10 minutes, not only were they able to get their full identities and exactly where they were, AI tapped into every public camera in the area and showed every visual of these guys actually taking the picture and tracked them back. Basically, like, I think it was like 3 hours or something to everywhere they had been 3 hours previous.
Bro, see, I was trying to wait to smoke. Was it shit like this? That's crazy. See,
it doesn't blow my mind too much though, because they've already got like websites that are already tapped into like open source, surveillance cameras. So it's not terribly surprising, but at the same time, 10 minutes,
Yeah, and that's the problem is that it takes AI, like, it's a very quick process. Somebody where, an investigator would sit down and do this shit and it would take them a fucking week. AI is like, oh, no, I got you.
Yeah, say less. I like this so much better when AI was playing basketball. So much
good
better.
one. I like that.
I like this so much better when AI was playing basketball. I'm telling you that. I'm afraid that what's going to happen, and I already see it happening in some instances. When people can find a way to manipulate the AI well enough that people can't tell what they're doing is AI, then it gets really dangerous. Like right now, when you hear a song that AI creates from your favorite, like when you heard that first AI Kendrick diss, we was like, that ain't it. Nah, stop playing. He don't even rap like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell it was somebody who took the voice and just did it. Even when Drake did that bullshit on his song with Pac and Snoop's voices. But at a point, somebody gonna figure it out, and they're gonna have just the right ingenuity with words to pull it off. And you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, is that?" As soon as you gotta ask, "Is that?"
Go ahead, Mojo.
I said, isn't that what Scarface is doing right now? He's making an album, or at least working on some form of music. But he's using his own voice, I guess, from, I don't know, an era where it was maybe stronger.
I could dig.
Is it
Scarface?
That's Beanie Siegel. That's who I mean. That's who I mean. Yeah. And so I'm like, well, he's got the. Too. I see. He don't want to use his voice.
DOC, his voice sounds crazy. Like he did an album with his voice after the accident. That ain't it, yo. He had one of the most. It's not good, yeah. He still sounds like. Did you watch? Oh, you probably didn't. I was gonna ask if you watched Winning Time, with the Lakers movie that came out, or series that came out. But he was in it, playing the imam at the mosque that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar went to, and I mean, it sounds a little better than it did early on, but DOC's voice was powerful. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like anything, like when you take the curve off of that, it fucks the whole program up. Even Beans, like me hearing Beans and knowing the lyrics is there, but he sound like he whispering at niggas and shit. When I'm used to Beans be like, Mac, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me that shit, nigga. That's what I want. Give me that. So I mean, I'm not saying there's not positive uses for AI. I'm just saying.
Well, one of the things that everybody has to remember is on a mass scale, AI is still in its infancy. Like, don't get me wrong, it's been around for a long time. And it's just recently, the public's gotten access to it. But with public access comes a lot more development. So with that, mass development of it, it's still very much in its infancy stage. So when they're doing shit like this and you're still talking about a toddler, imagine what happens when like the teenage angst comes up and then into full maturity. Yeah. Bad thing.
It's like teen Gohan.
Yeah.
So, bro, I mean, honestly, it just means less motherfuckers that I got to deal with because AI is going to do my job for me.
Pretty much. It's like, bro, that shit is crazy. I be thinking though, like, I be hoping to myself sometimes that at a juncture that it's going to become, that people are going to realize, okay, maybe we need to take our hands off of this. Like maybe, like the only way you're going to be able to stop this shit is just not to use it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because the more you use it, the smarter you're making it. And I don't think some people understand exactly what artificial intelligence is. They just hear to catch AI and they think that's cute. AI. Do you know what it stands for? You know what I'm saying? If you know what it stands for, do you know what that represents?
Throughout all of history, and I've never seen any signs of it changing, people come to the game way too late. So by the time everyone figures out that it's a threat, it means that the game's already over. I mean, shit, look at the 9 rings, man. Like people are just now starting to talk about, like the world might be in trouble but we're like 7 of the rings already broken. So we only have 2 rings of protection left in the world. And now we want to start talking about it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that people. Why are we always late to the party? Why? Man, this is, I would hope at some point here in the near future, we see some kind of, because I know people are studying it and kind of right now, because like you said, it still is its infancy. So there are people kind of watching it and monitoring what's going on. Because you hear some of the reports of, hey, this could be problematic. Like, I hope y'all are paying attention. But I would hope that those people would actually maybe start getting some people behind them and make a push at a point to be like, hey, dog, listen, great thing you're doing here, but let's stop right there. Because this is what's going to happen if you keep going. This is what's going to happen.
That's where we bring in our good friend capitalism. Because the motherfuckers that are watching it are the ones that are utilizing it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And since when do people stop things that are making them rich just because it might negatively affect the world?
That doesn't happen.
Yeah. But at this point, I guess my overall message is y'all are fucked.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
but the monster always comes back in the end, so I'm cool.
This shit's gonna get ugly, man. This is gonna get, and I hope people really paying attention, yo. shit is about to go berserk, and I don't think people are really grasping, because here's the fucked up part. It's almost like when you talk about people getting desensitized to violence, you know what I'm saying? Because we see it so much now. So just imagine if you've seen a whole 4 years or something already and you survived it.
Yeah.
And came out the other side of it. So in your mind, that's what you think that is.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't realize that you actually never saw the worst of that. It didn't get a chance to, like, that second 4 was going to be the, but now they got that second 4. So now you about to really see something. And I don't just,
You might, damn. I just had, that's some real shit. I think there might be only one thing in the world that people have never become desensitized to. I'm gonna need to explore that a little bit.
Is it titties? Yeah,
it is. Yeah. Tell me the last time you saw a pair of titties and you were like, it's just titties. No, people still go ham on that shit. It don't matter.
Yeah, the titties gotta not be good looking, That's when you go.
But that's the thing. Even not good looking titties, you still negatively react.
It's the reaction in general.
Like there is no such thing as nonchalant titties. There might be good titties and bad titties, but there's not just like, oh look,
can't be indifferent,
and then you
titties.
Walk away.
You go, ow.
Yeah, you can't be indifferent to titties, man. Being indifferent to titties,
I don't got time for titties right now. Sorry.
Those are ugly.
Put those away. I have things to do.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna just name this episode.
That's some real shit.
I like that.
I'm gonna name this episode "Indifferent to Titties." Indifferent to Titties. That's the name of the episode.
Indifferent. Different titties. I don't know.
Indifferent to
you could force them together.
I mean, pause. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You could do that. Yeah, I guess.
Nah, man. You know what I want to talk about forcing together? It's the P. Diddy thing with Cassie, and they're talking about Cassie loved it. Don't be confused.
Yeah, bro. That's cold-blooded the way they talk about that shit.
I said, look at that. She looks like she's enjoying herself. Don't you agree?
Diddy is one of the most hilarious supervillains of all time.
Yeah, no doubt.
Lex Luthor.
Him and his minions are all
it is fucking amazing. Yo,
I've been thinking about Diddy. What made you?
I need to find it again, but I'll send it to y'all. There was a phone call that he did with his kid. And he started it with, make sure you throw out the pizza boxes. And his kid was like, what? And he said, make sure you throw out the pizza boxes.
And you're like, what is that code for?
Yeah. Well, and his kid was like, oh yeah, I got you. And then he said, make sure you take the plastic out.
Oh man.
Bro, bro.
Like you're trying too hard to be secret.
I mean, yeah, you're working real hard on this one, but it's not going the way you think.
Huh? We don't need pizza. Oh, y'all remember pizza? My bad. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
oh yeah.
While he's on the phone with his kid, he was like, and don't say nothing over the phone. I was like, oh, unless it's in code, motherfucker.
Right.
Yeah.
Pizza must be
pizza boxes in plastic.
Yeah. And that's what I mean by a hilarious fucking evil genius. Like, this dude is just comedy nonstop. I love it.
Here's my thing, right? And this is where I kind of was like, come on, you got to be kidding me. The first time I saw the headline, I was like, I mean, if I was high on some shit, you know what I'm saying, and out my mind, and I'm just in the groove now, of course it's gonna look like I'm enjoying myself. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, they gotta stop. They gotta stop. Yo, the funny shit is, you're absolutely right. And I hadn't thought about it that way, but I'm glad you said it. He is absolutely the most hilarious supervillain in the history of supervillains.
He goes like this. They'll never guess. Pizza boxes. Plastic.
But Diddy, why did you do it? Why did this go on for so long? I thought I told you that we won't stop. Yo, son. Like, everything that he ever said on a record take whole new meaning in my brain now. Everything. Take that. See, stop. What are you doing? Come on, man. It's just crazy. But yeah, I think it's wild that they're gonna try to paint, like, especially with all the other people coming at you now. You're gonna take the opportunity to shoot at Cassie, who you already had to pay $30 million to. You already had to pay $30 million. You can have to pay us some more coming out your face sideways like this. Like, what is wrong with it?
Bro,
yo.
This motherfucker got caught on tape beating the shit out of him, kidnapping, all of these things. It was like, no, but she liked them parties.
Remember the free offs?
Fuck that other shit, you know.
She loved the freak offs. You see right here, after I drugged her, you see how much she's loving it?
Yeah.
She may need to get an IV drip later. Love it.
And then
the Molly has nothing to do with that.
And the tapes are the tapes, but it's like, you don't think that nothing happened in any of them parties that they just happened not to catch on tape? Like, you know, the rape of like 10-year-olds, they're not going to be like bringing the video camera.
Nah, because if it's video evidence of this, niggas is done.
You guys ready to go?
Hold on, we got to adjust the lighting.
No, this angle's terrible. You gotta get under the sack.
Oh shit!
Bring in the key grip.
Yeah.
Oh shit! See all of that shit. Even that take on a whole new meaning.
Right.
That shit is wild.
He said key grip, not P grip.
He comes in later.
Oh shit!
All right, bring in the P grip.
Oh my god! Y'all sue me. Yo. Oh my god! Oh, that's crazy. I feel. And you know what? You know who else is a supervillain? And nobody else is saying this. But I heard other people discussing. If y'all been paying any attention, and I'm sure most of the people who watch this podcast are also hip hop heads or something of the sort, so you are at least aware of Cameron and Jim Jones, you know, that they got going on.
They're
now.
funny.
The thing that most people don't realize is this has been going on for like a decade.
Oh,
they ain't fucked with each other for a long time. Cameron only came to Versus because he got paid. As a matter of fact, Jewels and Jimmy gave him they cut for him to come. If I understand correctly what I heard. So they was there on the love on some Dipset shit. He was there on some cut the check shit.
Mm-hmm.
So needless to say, these gentlemen are not on the same page, and it's wild. But neither one of them is the evil genius that I'm speaking of. The evil genius that I'm speaking on is one Curtis Jackson from Southside Jamaica, Queens. He's an evil genius. I'll tell you why. When nobody knew that shit was fucked up with Dipset, guess who knew shit was fucked up with Dipset? 50 Cent. So when him and Cameron started throwing shots at each other, guess what 50 did? Invited Jimmy and the crew to come hang out, kick it, and they got pictures and all the whole nine of him hanging with everybody at Dipset but Cameron. I mean, let me stop. It was Jimmy and them, but like it wasn't, maybe not the whole Dipset, but either way, Cam wasn't there. This is a power move. You understand what I'm saying? A power move, and it led to so much other shit happening. So this even widened the gap. Pause between Capo and Cam. Not only that, Cam ends up getting pulled into the fucking precinct. He was already on probation, gets pulled into the precinct, and they asking him, "Yo, what's up with you and 50?" And Cam's like, "Yo, what's some rap shit? What the fuck is y'all? You know what I'm saying? What y'all tripping over? What's wrong with y'all?" But yeah, he's an evil 50 Cent, yo. He a different breed of motherfucker, yo. And I told somebody one time, I said, there's only a couple of things that getting shot 9 times and surviving will do for you. Either you really not gonna give a fuck, or you gonna be scared to death. Those are only 2 things that's gonna happen. That's it. Ain't nothing else that's gonna come out of that. He just so happened to really not give a fuck.
Yeah. He was like, I've made my decision.
That was an easy one. Let me think on it. I think I'll. Yeah, didn't take long. I guarantee it. There was an article
while I was researching this week. I guess I should have sent it to you just because we're talking about 50. But I mean, it was basically just like a puff piece to a point. But it basically said like how 50 Cent has taken over the world. And, like, it's just going into everything that he's doing. But that's why I didn't send it, is because, like, we've talked about 50 plenty of times. But, yeah, this motherfucker's taking over. Like, when you're talking about entertainment in general, he's taking over. And then you think of everything else he's doing outside of it, and it's like, yo, he ain't playing.
Oh, nah, not at all. Fifth got, he got... The funny thing is, when you really think about it, as far as music goes, his time up here wasn't very long. You know what I'm saying? But the impact, and the wild part is, people will talk about the impact, but they miss the part of it. Like, a lot of people that talk about the impact talk about Get Rich or Die Trying and After. I'm like, oh, but you ain't hear Power of the Dollar, and you wasn't there for the mixtapes when he was going crazy over everybody else's beats and niggas was getting mad because he was redoing their songs better than how they did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, y'all missed all of that. You got a little piece of it because they they started putting it out on YouTube and all that kind of shit. But they wasn't there for the meat of it. Pause. So so
he even did this.
Yeah.
He wasn't there for the meat of it. And really took hold, I
don't typically get uncomfortable, but that made me uncomfortable.
Now that you said that, now I'm uncomfortable. Okay. Nah, just go watch any video interview of anybody that was a part of G Unit, other than Tony Yayo. Anybody other than Yayo, just go watch them talk. And they'll be like, man, Fifth don't give a fuck, man. I did that. That nigga was like, all right, you can go. Adios. Bye-bye. See you later. I have my lawyer draw up the papers tomorrow. You good. I'll holler at you later. I was like, ooh, I see that. I see that. Absolutely. Shit. Who would you rather be the boss? Who would you rather be running the show if you were signed to a record label? Would you rather it be Rick Ross or 50 Cent?
50.
Yeah, I'm choosing 50 over Rick Ross. I don't know what it is. I think 50. I think for me, it is more of that impact and the longevity that he's had. I think that he probably makes better business moves than Rick Ross. I don't know. There's something about 50 in the way that he is consistently, like Monster said, in the entertainment, the phase of entertainment in a lot of different ways. I don't see Rick Ross the same way. and maybe it's like because I don't see it, but I'd rather be with a dude who I know is, hands in different making sure that
yeah, he got his hands all over the place.
Yeah.
Now, I will say it's absolutely no disrespect to Rick Ross. If you would have said any other name, it would have been some consideration. But putting him up against 50, there's very few people at all that I would consider. But 50 Cent, I would, just because one, not only is he willing to go that extra mile, and like this motherfucker don't take no for an answer, but at the same time, he does have that sense of being an agent of chaos. So it's like if you get on some fuck it type bullshit, he's the one that'll be like, yo, you know what? I don't know how that's gonna end, but it's funny. So yeah, here, I'll set it up.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Yeah.
I feel it. The only reason why I said interesting, and I only say that for this reason. And I didn't think about it until very recently, but Rick Ross has had as far as music goes, he's never had an album as big as Get Rich or Die Trying. But he's had a longer run of successful albums than 50 has. And I when I look at his career, just the way his career is gone, I like the ascension. Like I like what I've seen of him as far as his evolution. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of Rick Ross. Don't get me wrong when I say that. I'm not a fan, but I started hearing records of his that I liked later as he started getting better. You know what I'm saying? So
the music aside, he's obviously a fucking genius at what he does. True. As far as building and controlling his network. And like I said, so that just from a business aspect, me choosing 50 takes nothing away from Rick Ross. He's a fucking genius. But yeah, 50 just operates differently. And because I am who I am, he's one of the very few people in the industry that I'd be like, yo, yeah, let's go fuck with some people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hell yeah. So I was gonna say I know we talked about it previously. Damn, man. You know what though? Hold on. I gotta think. Because I was about to do something, but the more I think about it, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that right now. Because I know we talked about it before, but I wanna kind of see where everybody at with it as far as the last year of music, since we kind of rounded into almost we passed the midpoint really of January at this point, pretty much. So, as far as the music that you consumed last year, do you have a top 5 albums from the previous year? I know we talked about it before, but I had some more time to think about my whole 5. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wait a minute. Okay, maybe I think I missed some shit. You know what I'm saying? I think I missed some shit. But yeah, so I mean, I yield the floor to whoever would like to go first. But
Mo, you want to go first? You want me to go?
I can go.
All
right. I couldn't decide on a 5th, so it's only 4 deep. But hope you guys like that with your pause game.
Yeah, just leave something out of it.
I'm done. Oh shit. I'm done. Okay. I'm go right ahead, brother.
God. Okay. So I had gotten hip to Makami, and so he came out with Rich Haitian. That was good. I listened to Marciology. Those were probably my favorite as far as production goes. I think these two are just kind of crazy with their pen.
Oh yeah.
The only other considerations that I gave were to people that I've met personally. So I put on there When the Sun Goes South. I thought that was a really good fucking album.
Oh yeah.
And The Way Letterman Show.
Okay, yeah, you said it was a 4-piece. So okay. That's what's up. I could dig it. All right, Monster, who you got? That's a good list. I'm fucking with that. Yeah.
I usually, so my list is kind of odd because as I was going through, and like I said, I'm strictly going on what had the longevity of listens. And it's funny because normally I stick primarily independent, but like this year was actually kind of wild when it came to industry music. So I said my first two last time, and I still have no idea where I would put them, like one or two. So both of these tie for number one. Ransom and Conway, Chaos is My Ladder. And then the Wave Letterman Show from E. From there, after that, it would probably be Kendrick, GNX. And then for 4 and 5, they're kind of tied for fourth as well. Like, I'm not sure which one I would put over the other. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I do. It just hit me. So Eminem, Death of Slim Shady, I spun that for a while. And that was surprising to me. And I think the reason that it had the longevity that it did was because I didn't like the single track that he put out. But then listening to the entire album and seeing kind of where it fit in the album and having the album be like a full concept. That album spun for a while. And then the last one was Lloyd Banks, Halloween Havoc 5.
Yeah, Banks got busy.
Damn. When you're talking about Lloyd, and then with the focus of Halloween Havoc, and like, you know, Halloween Havoc is one of my regular go-to series. So yeah, seeing that he put out Halloween Havoc 5, like I spun that for a while. I actually probably spun it up until GNX came out.
That's still a crazy fuck. Like GNX, I was surprised by how much I liked it because I didn't enjoy Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I didn't like it. So I was like maybe just coming off of this whole wave you've been on with the whole conflict, he gonna go more Good Kid, Mad City, or Damn type vibe. You know what I'm saying? And I was right. It was heavy West Coast, and I don't think his music is in a lot of cases heavily West Coast. He's a West Coast dude. You know what I'm saying? And he carries himself that way, which makes it that. But like as far as the sound, I think this might be his most West Coast sounding album. I like it though. I love that shit. That shit was fire. Yeah, we ran that shit several times when it dropped while we was out of town and shit. So so my 5, Wave Letterman Show for sure. Question: can I count an album if the original of it dropped late 2023, but the deluxe came out 2024, and I like the deluxe better?
Yeah.
Does that count?
I mean, I would count it because I mean it is new content.
Yeah. Okay.
And
who cares? Just say
if that's what you were spinning throughout the year, then shit, like it still impacts 2024.
I listen to that shit heavy. So that Nick Grant Sunday Dinner deluxe is definitely on the list. Marciology definitely makes the list. Man, I just love Rock Marciano. Li, what up? Strong Island. The last 2 spots is always crazy. You know what? I'm gonna say Alligator Bites Never Heal by Doechii. And I'm about to have to flip a coin for this spot, I guess. You know what? I should go different because I did really fuck with that album. Fuck it. I don't. You know what? Nah.
Just go 6 and call it a 5 tie.
I'll just say Richmond Hill. Richmond Hill by Master Ace. That's my number 5. Yeah, that's my number 5. Oh shit. Oh no. And I hate to do this to Master Ace because he the OG. I really do, but I gotta make sure I get the title of this right. Yep. The Lost Cosby Tape by OC from NC. There we go. Yeah. That's my 5. Yeah. That's just, man, it's hard to nail it down to 5. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as I start thinking about the things that I look for, first I have to nail it down to, of course, for me, the number one thing I'm looking at is rapping. You know what I'm saying? So I judge by that first. So I start siphoning it out by who rapped the best. Okay. That put all of y'all over here. Y'all rap the best, so this is the category I got to pick from because I don't want to hear the bullshit. So let's go. All right, so out of y'all, who picked the best beats? Who sequenced their album the best? You know what I'm saying? Who got the best mixing and mastering? Who shit sound good? That's one thing that motherfuckers took for granted with Death Row. They didn't understand. Like, the reason that music hit the way it did was because it sounded really good. Like, you can play that, turn it up loud as you want. It's still gonna sound good. I don't know how they did it. Dr. Dre is a fucking genius. But yeah, that's crazy. Man, that shit is so important. So important. So if you had to pick one artist, or maybe if you got a tie, one artist of the year for last year, who would it be?
I mean, I think it's hard not to give it to Kendrick, given the beef and the album. Like, when it comes to impact on hip hop, it's difficult not to give it to Kendrick.
You know who I think people don't give enough consideration to is Tyler, the Creator.
His album was almost in my top 5. It was right there. It was one of the ones that I was like,
I think artistically, like visually, I would put Tyler above Kendrick. Just due to, I don't know how to phrase it really, but I mean, just kind of how far he's willing to go out there to explore a different look. He's just got a different aesthetic.
He's a wild fella. Tyler, the Creator, is a wild fella. I also want to give an honorable mention to Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah. Bro,
Gibbs be rapping, yo. Gibbs raps his ass.
He does.
Off, he's just
the one thing. He's definitely weird. He's funny though. The one thing that I can never get over is when people were calling him Spready Gibbs. So I chuckle every single time I hear the name Freddie Gibbs.
You know what's fucked up is somebody heard me doing Laced Up, and they was like, "Man, you remind me of Freddie Gibbs." I was like, "What?"
Nah,
I don't rap like Freddie Gibbs, dog. I'm sorry. Nah, I don't do that. Okay. So I mean, I was gonna say Kendrick. But now I'm thinking Tyler, but you know what? I'm gonna go a totally different. I'm gonna go a totally different direction than either one of those. I think. I'm actually gonna say, probably, strangely enough, Bad Seed. Bad Seed. He put out a lot of music.
Mm-hmm.
He moved I visibly watched from the top of the year through the end of the year. His whole thing just grew.
Yeah. No, I ain't mad at that.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, that shit is crazy. I'm sitting here watching you do this. Me and him the exact same. And when I say the exact, we are the exact same age, same birthday and everything. It's crazy because I'm like, yo, funniest shit in the world. The first time I met Bad Seed, and he didn't remember it at first until I reminded him. It was 1990. Can't remember. Either way, we was in Brooklyn. We go to the studio to meet this group called Natural Resources. Jean Grey was in that group. Her name was What at the time. So we go to the studio, and Bad Seed did too. So we meet him and the group. They manager, whatever, We kicking it like we there hella long, smoking out the whole 9 yards. So when I interviewed Seed on the pod, before we turned it on and shit, I was like, "You don't even remember how we met, do you?" He was like, "Nah, I know you. Like in real life, know you, but like I don't remember." So when I told him, he was like, "Oh shit!" Like yo, and I love to see that look on people's faces. But yeah, man, just watching what he's been able to do, not just for himself but for his whole team. You know what I'm saying? Because like Murder Meg's shit is moving. Like people she producing for a lot of people outside of 6 Man. You know what I'm saying? Honey De Niro doing her thing. I forget who all a part of their squad, but they everybody moving over there. You know what I'm saying? So salute to 6 Man. Salute to you, Bad Seed. No doubt.
I need you to repeat the original question though, because I thought it just came to me.
The original question?
Yeah, what was it? Best artist, like most impactful artist? What are we talking about here?
No, I just said artist of the year. Whoever you feel like was for whatever reason. Yeah. So that's why I was like, yeah, it ain't no boundary, you know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick makes sense. At the same time, Tyler makes sense. And if I'm only, if I'm strictly thinking about just what impacted me personally or visibly, yeah, Steve makes sense.
I mean, absolutely. Not for nothing. What I was gonna say was we cannot overlook Sean Puff Daddy Combs as far as the impact on this year goes.
Man, saying anything about Diddy and impact in the same sentence is wild right now. That's wild right now. It's all good.
I might be putting his name up for contention.
Woo!
Just the meme game alone offers argument.
Man.
Yo, even if we're talking financial impact, Johnson & Johnson
came up. Came up. And the dope man, I'm trying to tell you, he back in style, doing it big. Yo, it was I was laughing one day because I was thinking about how different like the streets are now than they were when I was younger.
Dry.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey yo, so like I don't never see people out, like even in the summertime, right? You don't ever see like just people chilling somewhere kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's because they scared they're gonna get shot. I mean, this is Tacoma. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's just that much. Like I feel like the pandemic did more damage than people are willing to admit that it did. To a lot of people's psyche and the way they deal with the rest of society. You know what I'm saying? I keep noticing more and more like people are more willing to be like, yeah, I'll definitely do it remote if I can. Sure, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Like what's wrong with being in the same? Like I'm not gonna bite you, motherfucker. Like I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all good.
Like, can we meet up?
No, please,
man.
What's wrong with Zoom?
Yeah, man. It's just because there's gonna be a moment of like discomfort because of possible silence.
Diddy said the same thing.
There's gonna be a moment of discomfort, but what I want you to do is
breathe,
take
stretch, shake, let it go. Breathe, stretch,
that's
shake,
that's
let it go.
I hella forgot about that song.
All right, so you said because there's a moment of silence. You mean like the awkward silence when you first meet up with somebody?
Yeah, just too many awkward moments in person where I could just be like, I'm going to send this as a text message, and then I can go do whatever else it is that I want to do.
So it took me a really long fucking time, like way longer than it should have, for me to realize that silence was awkward for people. Because I could be rolling in the car with somebody, no radio, no nothing, just driving, not saying shit.
I love that.
And be completely fine.
A nice silent car drive.
And people are just like, and
that's different.
I didn't know it was a bad thing.
You should have all your meetings in car rides.
Yeah. So yeah, it took me like well into my 20s to realize that people were uncomfortable with just quiet. I was like, it's one of the greatest things. I don't want to hear you talk.
I agree. What's funny though is like that's how I had like grew up kicking it with people, was being in car rides and you didn't talk.
Yeah.
You just went to the destination. You like might have said a word or two, laughed, like, oh yeah, let me listen to this song. Maybe that would kickstart more of a bonding moment, but you're just trying to get from point A to point B.
Yeah. And then a bonding moment.
Whatever you want to call that. But no, once you get to your destination, then that's where everything else kind of resumes.
Yo, what's crazy? I guess because we was just rambunctious ass ghetto niggas. Like okay. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, when I was in like elementary school, catching the bus and shit, like we was mad quiet on the bus. We was just chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we wild out when we get to school, you know what I'm saying? Or when we get back to the hood. But like by the time we was in middle school, you know what I mean? Nah, it's up. Like no matter what. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Like we rowdy. But there is a difference though, because in a car, like the intimacy of a car is different. On a bus, it's a little tight quarters, but it's still a bunch of motherfuckers on a big ass bus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in a car, it's like, damn, yo, we right here, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool. I'm chilling.
That's what it is on a packed metro bus though too. Because when you brought up catching the metro as a kid, I'm like, in the morning time, there's nowhere to sit, and so you're touching people, trying not to touch people and shit, even on the fucking light rail.
Throwing your dangly in somebody's face, just
oh yeah, no, you know what's so fucking hilarious though? It's so packed. You get lucky, you find a seat, but it's in the outer row, and so you have to like lean forward, but then you have the guy holding on to the rail. And it shits in your face. You're trying to figure out which way you need to turn. That guy's ass is in your face right there. This one over here stinks.
Yeah. And then you have to look up and be like, can you please take your testicles away from my face, please?
Bro, I used to hate
that's crazy.
Taking metro in the morning. I hated that shit.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you the wildest shit I ever did, son. I was out one day. I had like 3 slices of cheese pizza, and after that, I had a big ass sundae with whipped cream.
You're fucked up.
Night. Oh, yo, son, I got on the subway. I got on the subway from Utica Ave in Brooklyn at like 4:00 in the afternoon. It's hella people on the subway. It's tight. So I'm standing off to the side. I let one go real quiet, like. Oh boy, it changed the atmosphere. That train car real fast,
but hey, it fucking smells like shit in here.
Somebody shit their pants.
Oh man, that shit was wild. I was like, oh shit.
So
man,
I was on the metro, and it was crazy late, and there was maybe like 3 motherfuckers left on the bus. Now I'm in the middle of the bus because like normally I'd sit in back, but the back was already taken and I've already been on it a while, right? Just sitting there, chilling. All of a sudden, somebody come and stand. Mad seats open at this point. Like I said, 3 motherfuckers on the bus. Somebody come and stand right next to my seat. Dangle pointed right at me. And I'm like, yo. All right, bro. And then so like I scoot over to the window seat because I was in the aisle, quick getaway if I need to. Scoot over to the window, but then and I'm a big motherfucker. And then I started thinking like, oh, like I'm not gonna invite this motherfucker to sit down though because an open seat right there now. Not that there ain't a million other ones. So I just kind of position myself in between the 2 seats. So I'm like, all right, you ain't got enough space and everything. And I look up at him a couple times, and I'm like. Finally, I'm just like, yo, get the fuck out of my face. And he just looks down at me. And then I'm like, ain't you supposed to be driving the bus?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Oh, shit.
Motherfucking bus driver posted up right next to me, bro. Still to this day, no idea why.
Yo, what in the... Yo, he said, "Ain't you supposed to be driving the bus?"
I'm over here thinking like, is the bus in motion while he's standing here just eyeballing
and
you?
that's the thing. That's what I realized is that because I'm not actually looking up at the motherfucker. I'm just chilling, like looking forward. Like I think I had one of my books on me, one of my notebooks, and I was just writing. And then all of a sudden, somebody right here, and I'm like, motherfucker. So, I just look over and all I see dangle right in my face. And I'm just like, God damn. So like I scoot over a little bit. And then I realized, okay, I don't want the motherfucker sitting next to me. So I position up. And then finally I was just like, all right, this motherfucker gotta go. Because I know it's an empty ass bus. And sure enough, I look up and it's the motherfucking bus driver. I was like, motherfucker. And after I tell him, I'm like, yo, ain't you supposed to be driving the motherfucking bus? Sure enough, he walks up there, starts driving, still to this day, no idea why the fuck he came up on me.
Oh, yeah.
No idea why he came up on me. I was like, bitch.
That's weird.
Oh my God.
You keep talking about dangles, and it reminds me of the barbershop situations. You know what I'm talking about, guys?
Man. Like,
please, can you get your fucking
bald?
Yeah, get your fucking balls off my elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead with that shit, dog. What the fuck?
Like, don't lean so far into my space when you try to line me up.
Yo, that shit is wild. I'm like, yo, let's not do that. I remember when I used to go to me and my brother used to go to this one particular, I can't remember the name of it to save my life. It's been that long. Like the last time I got my hair cut at the barbershop, I was 16. So we go to this barbershop, man, and like I was used to my cousin cutting my hair, right? She was dope with the clippers. But I had to go to the barbershop because, you know what I'm saying, now we done moved and shit is different. So, all right, cool. Go to the barbershop. First thing I think, yo, son, hold up. The fuck? What's going on right now? You got to stand that close to me to do this?
Get that nigga.
You know what I'm saying? You got to stand that close to me to do this? Seriously? You know what I mean? Yo, that shit had me hella uncomfortable. I was like, yo, dog, hey, I don't know about this shit. I don't know about this.
Growing up, my barber was short as fuck, so I didn't have to worry about him dropping Johnson on my shoulder.
Nice.
But there was, like, this motherfucker was my barber, like, coming up, right? And I hit, like, 10 years old. 10, 11, somewhere around there. And motherfucker, gets my shit done. And then gets everything back on his little counter thing. And then I didn't know it, but, like, for all of his customers, he would do the straight razor to, like, line up the, to line you up. So, but he never done that before because apparently I was too young or some shit. So one day he do everything he need to do and then flip open the motherfucking straight blade. And I'm thinking this dude want beef. So I step up, I'm like, come on with it. And I'm getting ready to knock this motherfucker out. My dad's like, hold on. What's happening?
He better knock out an old nigga because he trying to smack.
And this motherfucker's looking at me like I'm psycho.
And, I wonder why.
Yeah. But I'm like, somebody could have told me. So sure enough, I sit down, and that shit's clean. But I was like, yo,
hey,
if you're going to bust up a razor on somebody, tell them first.
Warn the motherfucker. Exactly. Think about how many times somebody do some shit like that and then you react and they look at you like you crazy. Hey, hold up, dog. Hold up. Do you not realize what you did? Something tells me that you missed it. I don't see why it was necessary for you to put. Dog, listen to me. I'm going to tell you very clearly. It's the reason why motherfuckers stopped going to the barbershop. Mm-hmm. And that's the main reason why, because y'all motherfuckers dry humping their arm and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, dog, bruh, listen to me. Listen to me.
The one time I got off of work and went to the motherfucking barbershop and they were like, we're going to wash your hair first. And that motherfucker, like, luckily this was after, I had already come up at that point. So, like, I actually had a lady that was doing my hair because I ain't going to have no motherfucker just massaging my shit. But sure enough, this bitch, like, put my head on that weird sink that got, like, the divot for your neck. And she just get down in there, but she was old as fuck. Titty just drop on my face. And she just sitting there massaging my hair. I was like, yo, like, you old as fuck, and this is awkward. Never again, bro.
Get all that titties out my face.
And yeah, and because you can't become desensitized to them, like, look, I'm not upset with you, but these are not good titties, so I'm having a negative reaction.
Yeah. I mean, they're still titties. They're just not good titties. I love it. Oh shit. Yeah, I'll be laughing. I'll be finding a little. I still be writing rhymes on paper and shit sometimes.
I got my notebook right here.
Yeah, I got. You know, the funny shit is, I said after as a matter of fact, this notebook is labeled 2025 AG for after gravitas. What the dog? I don't understand. I should have soloed your ass while you was doing it.
Yeah, Mojo over here just massaging the kitty.
Oh my god,
this
has to be nasty.
Weird, bro.
I just work here, dog.
All I got is you and half the cat, and then your pillow.
Oh shit! Like, what exactly are you doing, sir?
Too many cars going by.
Oh, I can.
Yo, what about that fucking the we pre-positioned 2 days before the what?
What?
When they're talking about they started when we started this fire. What the what? Oh, y'all telling on yourself?
Yeah, there's a lot to go. They told on themselves like 3 times, bro. So yeah, there's a lot to go into the wildfires. So the overall like concept, the Olympics are coming to Los Angeles in 2028, and they had already put a crazy amount of money aside to start to replenish the area in preparation for the Olympics. Now the weird thing is, like, that big ass area that's burning right now, that's where the Olympics are going to happen. Like, trace the fire and you might as well just make the Olympic rings with it. And then all of a sudden you got the director of like Parks and Works or whatever the fuck, like the dude that's running the show as far as the response goes. His name's like Petrella or some shit. This motherfucker goes onto the news he was at like a community like speaking engagement or like, city council meeting or some shit, doing a press conference, whatever. And says like, all of this shit, and then says, this all happened before we started the fire. And then this other motherfucker goes on the news, and apparently Newsom had said something like very similar, like 2 days before that. Now, I haven't been able to catch that one yet. But this other motherfucker goes on the news, the dude that is like talking about all the preparations. And yeah, 2 days before the motherfucking fire started, he's saying that they already got like 24 fire trucks lined up, that they got like mad assets just stationed, ready to go.
It was the National Guard, right?
Yeah, something like that. They had mad shit pre-planned and ready to go in preparation for this fire.
How exactly is it that you're that prepared for a wildfire? Wildfires are supposedly spontaneous to a degree. Of course, they have a genesis, but nobody sees it coming. It just happens.
So the general, like for this time frame in the year, the risk rate is at a 2, and it's usually 2 out of like 5 or something. The risk rate for a wildfire at this time of year is a 2. This year, just with what has already happened in the first 3 weeks of the year, I think it's at a 17.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I know there's been a lot of talk about the Olympic part and them wanting to turn that into a smart city for the Olympic shit.
Los Angeles 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. And I really I hate it for people who like I heard this is an all-purpose discussion, so y'all know y'all catch the rest of it over there. But like I ain't happy about JJ Redick coaching my team, but he is, and he lost his house in the fire, and so I was like, damn, it's fucked up. Salute to JJ. But when I was talking to E, you know what I'm saying, as y'all know, you know what I'm saying, those of y'all watching know E the Mad Assassin about it, LA, but he was like, nah, man, I'm good. He said, where I'm at, ain't no trees out here. I'm good. I was like, yeah, no doubt. But when he was telling about the area where it's at, like it's like near the mountains, and it's like a lot of rich people are being affected by this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people with a lot of money are being affected by it. But the thing about it is, my guess, and I'm not on no tinfoil hat shit right here, but my guess is that these well-to-do people were well aware that, hey, you should probably get the fuck out your house now because it's gonna burn down. Get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there was some warning involved in it. Or of course, I always question in a situation like this. At what point did you determine? So how long did you wait before you told people to leave their homes? Because it was being described as they're giving warnings to certain places and they're giving orders to other places. You know what I'm saying? If you get an order, get the fuck out. If you get a warning, be prepared to get the fuck out. Yeah, I think that's just fucked up, man. Like anytime I see a situation where it's a wildfire, I never think of that as being anything positive, because fire is I don't think people understand the real magnitude of how powerful fire is. I watched my whole house burn down. Like, so I know, like, fire fucks shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, yeah, if you want to talk about pure unadulterated destruction, like, fire's that force, bro. Fire ain't nothing to be fucked with.
Not at all.
So I will put the tinfoil hat on. All them rich motherfuckers. So the thing about all of this is so it's 24,000 acres at this point that's been burned.
That's insane.
With that, insurance companies do not consider wildfires covered because it's a natural disaster. How much y'all want to bet that those rich motherfuckers got a way around that, though?
Yeah.
Houses and corporations' names.
Yeah.
So it can just be written off as a loss and then recuperated. There are a lot of different red tape methods to be like, meh. But all those other motherfuckers that are paycheck to paycheck, they're fucked.
Massively. Like they went to a freak off. They are absolutely positively.
Yeah.
Beyond any shadow of a doubt.
LA wildfires sponsored by Johnson & Johnson.
You feel me? Exactly. That part right there. That shit is. I be feeling bad, man, when I see that shit. Like you know what? Natural disasters of any kind be like some wild shit to me most of the time. Because whenever I think about the prospect of a volcano going off, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, mind you, where I'm from ain't no volcanoes. So like, so I'm saying, like, to me, it's always been like, that's crazy. And now it's not so crazy. But just the thought of it made me be like, damn, that's crazy. Like, I'm not scared of it, because what's the point?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's no point in being afraid. If it happens, It's gonna happen. Ain't shit I can do about it. So, it is what it is. But I'm still like, wow. And when I watched this, what was the name of that shit? I think The Rock was in it. It was it was supposed to be the end of the world and shit.
Oh, yeah.
San Andreas.
San Andreas. Yeah, San Andreas.
And better video game than movie, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, the movie was cheeks, but you know what I'm saying. Did y'all see 2012? That was another end of the world
I like that one. I like that one.
This one was decent. This one was decent. Huh?
John
You said what? Cusack is down. Man, Cusack. You know what? We should do. Okay, so listen. I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound crazy right now, but just think about it. Like occasionally, I think we should like get into some movie shit because I know we all like different types of shit, but like we should get into some movie shit because like I know some shit that y'all seen that I ain't seen that I'm like, oh, that sounds like some dope shit. Like, oh, Monster. I'm gonna tell you. You said I should watch the Dark Tower.
Oh yeah.
Elba. I watched it. Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
The books take it a lot different. And you know they set it up to where that one can go further as well, but the movie didn't do well. Now they did like shows and shit in the past around Dark Tower that weren't good. And this one does change the story a lot. Like the book's crazy. Like the little kid, toward the end of the first book, they're in like a cave within this big ass mountain, and the kid like starts to fall down this cliff, and Roland, Idris Elba's character, the Man in Black standing there, kid's getting ready to fall down the cliff, and Man in Black basically tells him, look, you let the kid fall, I'm gonna be outside, and me and you can finally talk. You want me? You got me. I'm gonna be outside. Let the kid die, or save the kid. You're never gonna find me again. And Gunslinger was like, yo, deuces, little man. Me and him have to go have a conversation.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah. Kid falls down and he's like, well, fuck you then. There's other worlds out here, bitch.
Oh shit. That's crazy. Oh yeah, I gotta read the books. I prefer that anyway, but okay. You seen anything dope recently, Mojo?
I've been watching a lot of anime. I've been rewatching Delicious in Dungeon. That one's a good one.
Produced by Sean Diddy Combs.
Right.
It sounds like it. It definitely sounds like it.
You're gonna DJ Yellow. That, brother. Yeah.
It's not as bad as when you put a Diddy spin on it.
It's an anime version of Booty Talk 23. Now just
it is not. No. Okay, no. It's like, think almost like Dungeons and Dragons where you're there are actual people going through these levels trying to they're trying to save one of the character's sisters, and so they're just trying to travel between each floor trying to figure out where she is. But along the way they meet a traveler, and he's like, I don't know, he's a dwarf, I think, or something like that. The guy whose sister they're trying to find has been exploring the caves or the dungeon, trying to eat the monsters that come around and try to like kill him, basically. So the dwarf comes along, and the brother, they share this bond because they want to eat all the monsters. So they make all these dishes and shit while trying to travel and figure out where this guy's sister is. It's pretty interesting.
Okay, that sounds kind of dope. Okay, I could fuck with that.
Or
absolutely,
if you want something that's got a little bit more, I don't know, like ghosts, aliens type shit, there's a show called Dan Dan Dan. I think it's called Dan Dan Dan.
Wow,
and that one's pretty crazy because this dude who only believes in aliens and not ghosts meets this girl who only believes in ghosts and not aliens. End up seeing aliens and ghosts. The boy gets possessed by a ghost who basically like inherits or pass along his powers because the girl got these psychic powers and separated her from the guy. But they've been on this crusade to find this dude's testicles. That's the funny part about it. It's like anytime they see an alien, they're like, "Give me your banana." And I'm like,
come on, cuz. Yo.
It's funny. It's hella funny.
Why you killing me right now? Oh shit.
And then the ghost that possessed the kid, like, immediately was like, "Let me suck on your dingling, little boy." Like, shit's crazy.
What?
It's hell.
The entire fuck. Okay.
You make more and more sense every day, Mojo.
Yep.
Yo, that shit is crazy. Yo.
I don't know if you guys are a fan of Castlevania, but I've been rewatching that series. Yeah. I really only get a kick out of watching the first season because of how like Dracula really starts to kill people over his wife. Like this is unmatched rage and pain. I love this.
I was cool with the later seasons just because the home dudes, what is it, like the necromancer dudes, the dudes that bring like the demons,
the Forge Masters.
The Forge Masters, thank you. Like both of them had good stories. So
yeah,
I dig all the seasons just because of them. I did Isaac.
Isaac's story is crazy.
He's that dude.
He's the best one. He's the best one. What's the other guy's name?
I know. I heard.
I can't even remember. Isaac's that dude.
I know, because the other guy is a bitch.
Yeah, he basically just became the vampires' bitches, but Isaac is nuts.
So necromancers and bitches and vampires. Gotcha.
Bro,
okay.
No, the show's fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wrong. I don't love Castlevania. I've never seen Castlevania. I was thinking about Hotel Transylvania. My bad.
No. My bad. Totally different.
That's what I was thinking.
On that, a movie that I did watch recently that I've been trying to watch forever and finally got to see it was The Last Voyage of the Demeter. That movie was actually pretty fire, and it's basically the if you know the story of Dracula, when he's being shipped from the castle over to England, like it's the story of that journey and everything that's happening on the ship, and it's pretty crazy. It's actually a really good movie, and I was excited when it was first coming out, but I was just too busy to go and see it in theaters. But I finally got to watch it, and it lived up. It was fire.
That sounds like some dope shit. Hell yeah.
I watched Schindler's List last night.
Word?
Yeah.
I gotta ask, what inspired you to go watch Schindler's List last night?
For honestly, just the name, because I've heard the name so many times throughout like my childhood, and the name was just funny to me. I thought it was supposed to be like this insult or something terrible, and I'm like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. But because I love, I don't know, any type of moment of despair that we've had as a humanity, like the fucking Holocaust, I was like, I love this. So Liam Neeson saved a lot of Jews, and I was like, the Schindler's List is not bad. I was bamboozled as a kid.
If you had said, like, guess what movie I watched, you could have even given hints. It's a classic. You could have given all the hints in the world. I still would not have said Schindler's List.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I really didn't know how to address it. I was like, it's gonna be hilarious anyway because it's such an off the wall movie. We're talking about vampires. Holocaust up next, and it's just Schindler's List. Schindler. Wow. I just like saying it. Schindler.
So y'all know my computer was fucked up.
Right.
I finally got it fixed. Like
Schindler Brothers.
It took fucking forever to do it. So what I did was like the big screen that I have that I do my design work on and that I have y'all motherfuckers on right now. Like I got my travel monitor and put that up on my desk here. And then I got a Roku plugged into this computer or into this screen too. So I just flipped it over and I just had old movies playing while I was working on the computer because it took like 3 fucking days because there's a lot of shit that had to be done. And So like I was just watching mad old movies, and like that's when I was watching Hateful Eight. So when I was telling you that I had just watched that again, I also watched Django again. Like,
oh my God.
I went through like just mad like old dope movies that I was like, I ain't seen this in a while. And yeah, there were points where I had to put the work on hold for a second. I was like, I know what's about to happen here, and it's gonna be great.
Oh man, hell yeah. I love that. I love that. I think the y'all know me. So I had heard about it before, but I never got a chance to watch it. So I'm a big fan of Dexter. So I watched Dexter Original Sin. And I thought the way that it played out was really dope.
Is that the one where he's young, or is that the one with his kid?
That's the one with his kid.
Oh, I thought it was the one where he's younger.
Well, no. Original Sin is the one where he's young. Oh, First Blood is the one where he's older.
Yeah,
First Blood. I
didn't like that one.
The older one.
Yeah, the one where he had a kid, and like it was like after he was supposedly dead. Like I couldn't get into it with that one, but I was actually interested in the one where he was like his prequel.
Yeah, it's deep, yo. Like and you know, I fucks with serial killers. Like not. I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. Yeah. Like I'm not.
I mean, it's not like they don't know at this point. Go him.
Yeah. So I'm watching it and I'm thinking to myself, like I start realizing, like, it's crazy if people watch this, they'll realize how many times they've seen this before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people realize how many people have been through the same ringer. They just never crossed that threshold. But the ones who cross it though, oh boy. Yeah, I always had a problem with accepting certain things about the first iteration of Dexter that I watched, the first series. Mm-hmm. And it was after Rita died, after his wife died, it seemed like they started kind of rushing through things. Mm-hmm. And then once they realized they were rushing through things, they slowed things down way too much for the weird religious guys thing. That shit took forever. And I was like, okay, y'all could have been done with this. And I don't really think I like the way that him being who he was the way it started unraveling. I didn't like it. Should have been way different than that. It seems like they did all of that, put all of that work into building him into a likable serial killer, only to watch the whole thing crumble at the end because they don't know how to tie a bow on it. And that's one thing that I've noticed about a lot of TV and movies. Like, they don't know how to end shit. Like, something went off the other night. Me and Red was watching it. And shit went off, and she was like, "That's the end?" I was like, "Yeah, that's it." She was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, I know. Becoming way too common these days. But yeah, I did think on First Blood that it was odd that they allowed his son to become a serial killer.
Yeah.
Because he ain't had to go through what you went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you just pass that along? Like, I don't believe that is hereditary. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are certain things that are, but that ain't one of them. Yeah, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. I don't know.
You want to know about another weird movie I watched?
Weird? How weird is it?
You want me to like introduce it or set the stage for it? It's a classic with 2 Oscar-nominated actors.
Okay.
We lost one of them. I don't know how long ago.
Watch this nigga say something like Ben-Hur or some shit. I don't know.
No. I think it's called The Awakening with Robin Williams and Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro had cerebral palsy, and he was in a hospital. And,
I saw it once a while ago, but I don't remember much about it.
It was interesting. It's always interesting to see Robin Williams playing a serious character.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
I can't remember the name of the movie, but it's got Robin Williams and Al Pacino in it. And it takes place in Alaska, where it's like consistent daylight. Like, it's at that time of year. and Robin Williams plays the serial killer.
Nice.
And then he did things like 1 Hour Photo and things like that. Robin Williams played some fucked up characters.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like ain't nothing that Al Pacino one ain't like a classic.
Insomnia.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was good. I enjoyed that. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it ain't no like Oscar winner or nothing, but it's a good flick.
I think it's a weird thing that I was I can't remember who I was talking to. I think it was can't remember who I was having this conversation with, but we were talking about how it's odd that when you think about it, there's a whole series of podcasts that are out about black serial killers that nobody's ever heard of. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it's weird that even in something as diabolical as serial killing, racism exists.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was just thinking that. I was like, I didn't even notice that shit. We ain't got a whole lot. Sorry, because I'm like, I think that a lot of us would kind of chalk that up to, like, as far as being a serial killer, we chalk it up to that. It's that white shit.
for good reason. I mean, if you look at the statistics,
because I don't think I know of any black serial killers.
That's the most prolific documented serial killer in American history is a black man. Samuel Little. Documented, he's killed over 100 women. 100 people. They didn't want all women. But yeah, it was crazy because we were talking about how like they even got it to the point where they've made celebrities out of white serial killers. Like Ted Bundy's a celebrity, dog. He been dead since 1980 something. He's a celebrity today. Jeffrey Dahmer's weird ass person eating self, flying whole purple people eating ass motherfucker. He's a celebrity with his dead ass. You know what I'm saying? Even John Wayne Gacy, son of Sam, who ain't really killed that many people. Like, I ain't trying to quantify, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Like, all of that shit is wild, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like Green River Killer, all these names when people say them. BTK, people know these names when you say them. But if you go to somebody and say, you know who Anthony Sewell is? Nah. Who is that? Ask the 15 to 20 women that was buried in his yard and laying in his house dead.
How can
Go ask them who he is. Yeah. Go ask them who he is. Go ask them 20-something kids, black kids in Atlanta that Wayne Williams killed. Wayne Williams. Yeah. Like, he was the first black serial killer I ever heard of. You know what I'm saying? So
they put him on
the show
True Detective.
No, it wasn't True Detective. It was
not True Detective.
About the FBI.
Mindhunter.
The one about the FBI.
Behavioral science unit.
Yeah.
I watched that. I don't watch that shit like 3 times because that's what I wanted to do until I realized I had to join the FBI to do it. So you know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I'm cool. It fuck people head up whenever
let's just keep killing.
Nah, I guess they just gonna have to keep killing people if I gotta catch them. Sorry, guys. Ladies, lock your doors. Now, and the other thing, there was a guy, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, who was killing women in Los Angeles. This was in the mid to late 70s into the early 80s. But no, I'm sorry, mid to late 70s into almost the 2000s. This guy's steadily killing people. But no matter how many times these same types of people in this same environment are killed the exact same way, at no point did they say, hey, we think we have a serial killer here. Hey, you should take these kind of precautions, da-da-da-da-da. Nothing. Not a thing. Until one lady escaped from him. Then all of a sudden, they put a task force together and all this other shit and blah, blah, blah. And they bagged this motherfucker in a matter of a day and a half, 2 days. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you had done this earlier, you could have saved a whole lot of people's lives. You know what I'm saying? But you never hear about these these motherfuckers that says killed 30, 40, 50, 60 motherfuckers. And you ain't never heard of them.
Bro, fucking Dahmer had police reports on him. his neighbor was diming him out on the regular, but she was a black lady, and they were like,
Not again.
They were like,
hey, lady. Don't you get something?
Hey, lady. Oh, shit. Yo, that's wild.
Don't you just got more important things to do?
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, oh, you know what's another thing, another story that I always thought was wild, from one of my true crime shits that I be watching. There was a guy in Alaska who was kidnapping women, right? And most of them were prostitutes or strippers, you know what I'm saying? He would kidnap them, take them to his house, do whatever, take them to his private plane, fly them out to the woods, set them free in the woods, and hunt them down and kill them. So
it's so elaborate.
Yeah, I was like, yo, this motherfucker had it all figured out. Cause like where you taking them out to, motherfuckers just don't go out there. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you found the spot. Nobody come out there. It's whatever.
But it's crazy.
So
like, it just tickles me. Like, bro, you're doing all this shit, and then you're gonna fly to some remote location.
Yeah, like,
nice out here, huh?
Just so much work.
It's wild. Yo.
If it were me, like, why are we going on a plane? You'll find out. We get there, like, just fucking kill me, please.
Bro, you could have killed me back there.
Can we just get this shit over with already? Jeez,
6 miles ago, I was ready.
I had gas, cuz.
You didn't have to board me first.
Right.
As soon as you put the cuffs on, I knew what it was. You ain't no cop. Come on, man. As soon as the cuffs came out, I knew what it was. Like, and it's wild because the chick that got away, she was like 17, and so she's in the car, and he gets out of the car to go talk to the dude because you know what I'm saying, the dude at the airstrip, he gotta do they whatever. So he going to talk to him. So she's like, fuck, I gotta do something. This motherfucker like left the window cracked or some shit. So she slide right through that motherfucker. Boom, hit the ground, get up, take off running. This motherfucker take off running behind her. He almost caught her ass, but then she bust through a fucking tree line. Here go the street. Here go the road. And here come a motherfucking car. And she like, yo.
Save the day.
Someone was like, skirt. Homie turned back around and bust ass back towards that motherfucking plane. But he ain't take the fuck off, though. He got his ass back in that car and drove off. So they finally caught up with him and come to find out this motherfucker, like if you see this motherfucker, right? He looked like he going to do a science experiment. So I'm looking at this dude and I'm wondering to myself, how many times were you in the vicinity of people who you like they just wasn't the one that day? How many people were that fortunate that they were in your presence and they walked away? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just creepy as fuck, bro. That's just crazy.
Those aren't good titties.
Now I must kill you.
Get on the plane.
I'm gonna fly you somewhere and get you better titties. Come on.
I'm gonna kill you to save you from your miserable existence you call titties.
You call those titties? Those are barely tatas.
All those jugs.
Jugs. Ain't that the magazine that Al Bundy used to be reading and shit? Well, if you can call it reading, but yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, you read.
If you can call it reading. What do those nipples say?
What are the nipples telling me today?
Oh shit. Oh man, look. Oh shit. Oh, I meant to shout the homie out. I completely forgot about it. I meant to do it early on. But salute to my man Tarly. He dropped this single "Say When." It's out now everywhere. Check it out. Tarly Music. Y'all probably seen him on Gravitas Tour. Salute to him, the whole tribe, Kay and Great Aunt Francis and Mitty, and I think it's somebody else now too. I don't know them though. So,
Jay.
Huh?
Jay.
Oh yeah, Jay's too. Of course, yeah. Can't forget Jay's. Jay's a wild dude, man. Like I like Jay.
It's wild that you're calling out Charlie Single right after we was talking about serial killers and titties, but
Yeah, that's even iller, right? Charlie, the last guy I'm thinking about if I'm thinking about serial killers and titties. Yeah. So yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
But go check out his music.
Yeah, definitely go check out it. Yeah, check out the music. Please check out the music. Speaking of music, 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz had a very, very interesting interaction with this AR robot thing. Shit, this Tesla robot. This shit crazy. First of all, if y'all don't know nothing about 2 Chainz, I'm gonna go listen to his music. He is hilarious. But the way I'm gonna play it for y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna play it for you. Hold on.
Episode of Black Mirror to you. What do you mean? First thing
sorry.
I'm Optimus. Man, I'm finna do such a fucked up episode of Black Mirror to you. What do you mean? First thing you get delivered in my house, I'ma beat the fuck out of you, man. Did you know that I can be used for lots of other things? Like, you can teach me how to play a new card game. I'ma make Elon put a hole in your ass, and then I'ma fuck it. Wow, I really wish you would. And after I bust my nut, take my strap, put it against the back of your head, and blow it clean the fuck off, man. Wow. I don't think you're supposed to do that, Thomas. After I kill you, I'ma order another one of you, but I'ma have them put your brain in the new body so you remember exactly who I am and what I did. And then I'ma do it again and again, probably until I die. Why do you want to do that? Basically, I'm like a sexual Dexter. Like, he was doing that shit to other serial killers, and also he was a cop, so there was like a level of irony. But in my case, instead of irony, there's like a sci-fi element. I guess I don't really see how that's like Dexter. Hey!
I don't really see how that's like Dexter. Dog, look, that's hilarious. Why would you I just gotta ask, like, is Chainz okay? Like, if Chainz, if you see this, man, like, post something, let us know you're okay, man.
He's good. He's looking at Tesla robots. He's fine.
But he said he.
Mm-hmm.
He was gonna do it dirty. He was gonna bust the back and the back of the head.
Oh man, too did he? I mean,
true.
Like, the first time I watched that, I was like, but why? That's so unnecessary.
Because what? Nah, man, it is necessary. You're talking to a robot. It's just like a sentient NPC. It's like you can say all kinds of shit to it.
He said, "I'm gonna fuck you before you try to fuck me."
It's a PlayStation with limbs. All right, guys. Okay. Now, I think that shit is wild though, and I hope that I'm not gonna get over this. When we was in LA and we was standing on that fucking corner and that car pulled up with nobody driving it, that shit disturbed me deeply. I was like, see, this is not supposed to happen. I know that you can do it, but just because you can do something don't always mean that you should do it. Like
ghosts driving your car.
So then I think I can't. No, it was one of the brothers that was there asked the question. So let me guess. So like the car pulled up, do you get in and drive it?
No.
And he was like, nah. Get in the back. Car driving.
Get in the back.
I was like, so you mean to tell me that this car with nobody driving it gonna pull up to my crib, then I'm gonna get in and ride to my destination with nobody driving it? I don't think so. You might have just got lucky getting here, motherfucker. I ain't stupid. Come on, dog.
Did we talk about it on here about the dude in one of those cars was circling the parking lot for hours because there was a glitch?
No, that's
I can't remember if it was a dude or if it was a lady. But
they just let me out.
They were there for like a doctor's appointment or something like that. I missed my appointment over the stupid car. Circling the parking lot for hours, like 8 hours.
Oh my God. Gotta be a way in those cars to be like, yo, like I've changed my mind. Let me out.
Not yet, I'm afraid.
Yo, that is crazy. Like I one of my homies that I work with drive a Tesla, and one day I needed a ride back down here to the 253. So I was like, yo, I can catch you back down south. He was like, yeah, no doubt. So we whipping, and I'm looking at the screen, and I'm like, hey, yo, man, why is this shit showing you all of that? He was like, oh yeah, man, this is this and this is that and this is that and that. I said, let me ask you a question. Before you got this car, did you get in a car and drive it without knowing all of that? He was like, yeah. I said, did you get everywhere you was trying to get to? He was like, yeah. I said, then why the fuck did you need all this?
You know why?
You just told me how much your car payment is, bro. You're crazy.
I look cool. Mm-hmm. I look cool in this shit.
Yeah, you look cool. You look about as cool as them people do in the fucking, what is that shit called? The
dumpster truck.
The dumpster truck, yeah.
I love those things. They're so funny.
That shit is hilarious. Oh my God.
I feel like I'm in an episode of Tron or like a movie from a scene from Tron. Sorry. Sorry. Scene from Tron because of the yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, it looks like bad, like old PlayStation graphics.
Oh shit!
Like it looks like a truck. It looks like a truck on GoldenEye or like the very first fucking Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Oh,
reminds me of like Spyro. It's just triangles and all different kind of polygons.
Triangles and polygons. That sounds like poor construction. I hate that. Like, you know what? That shit and the fucking what was the name of that shit? The Honda Element. Was that the name of that shit? That shit is hideous. Absolutely hideous. It ain't nothing in the world. Oh, and then there was a car back in the day that looked like an egg. What was that shit called? The fucking Aspire, I think it was. Yo, that shit was. I was like, what the fuck is that?
I didn't like those boxy ass Kia Souls. Like, I think there was like one model that came out with it, but it was boxy as fuck. It looked like you were driving down the street in like a fucking Amazon carton. Like it was boxy as shit.
I think it's like one of the I think it was like 2012 maybe.
Yeah.
It is, not good looking. The one that I had was fantastic. I sometimes forget that I used to drive a Kia Soul.
I don't because every time I see one, especially a black one, I'll be like, I wonder if that's Mojo car.
No, that shit's long gone, bro. That shit is long gone. All right.
I find it weird that when I was younger, we made it. If we was going to take a car, like even if we was going to take a car to joyride in it, it was going to be some flavor. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole point is to get some fly shit. You know what I mean? So then when you come across a crew to call themselves the Kia Boys, it makes me question the present day logic of criminals. Like, I say a lot of things that let people know that I question the modern day logic of criminals. Now, let me tell you, I am not enforcing criminality at all. But I mean, if you're gonna do it anyway, I'm at least trying to make sure that, dog, if you're gonna do the time, you better make sure it's worth it. Don't go to jail until you well into your adult life behind a fucking Kia. Don't do it. Don't do it. I promise it ain't worth it. Oh my goodness.
I follow how you took so many of them that you got dubbed the name. It's like after the first one, you weren't like, oh guys, we can do better than this.
It's got everything we need. It's so spacious.
Yeah, if you needed the one, like if you were in a pinch, come on. Okay, I got you. But afterwards, he was just like, I don't know. This is a smooth ride, guys.
Yeah.
Good on gas. I mean, come on.
No, yeah, I was just about to make fun of it because it's good on gas, but they've got like different drive modes. So they've got normal, I think there's like sport mode and then there's comfort mode. And so I was like, did you put it in sport mode? Like, so you can get away and shit.
Oh my goodness. Like, I'm laughing at the whole concept of you trying to speedily get away from the police car in a queue.
You're not going to do it, but those things zip pretty fast. Like you get away for like maybe a good minute and then you're back being chased.
Yeah. And then the power in that car behind you. It'll be like,
imagine doing a pit maneuver on one of those things. Like, I wonder if it would stay upright.
Oh shit, that's a good question. That is, man. Oh gosh. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, whoever's watching, next week sidebars. We back. I got Sylvan Gold coming through. She's a dope MC from Cali. Looking forward to having that conversation with her. We get ready to get back in the swing of things with sidebars, man. Everything really. My apologies. Gravitas, we almost there. So we right there at it. We're right there at it. But it's single out right now. So there you go. And the album will be in its entirety before the next time we record. Mojo will have it. We will talk about it, and Eda Mad Assassin will be joining us as well. So, what? That was priceless. You sounded like the overdub on DMX voice on Belly for a second.
Man, forget you, and they're supposed to be saying "fuck you."
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm saying, yo, man, forget you, man. Yo, bro, that shit is a lot. Yo, USA Network, thank you so much. Mm-hmm. You may watch it Friday on USA. Oh man, all of the classics, watching them shits without the cuss words and them doing them dumbass overdubs. I was high as fuck, like. Oh shit, this is crazy. Oh man. And my mom come walking in the room, my eyes redder than the fucking letters on politics down at the bottom of the screen. And I'm just dying laughing at the screen. And she stopped and looked for a second and she was like, here you go with this shit again. Here you go with this shit again.
Now, yep. I will say, one of the worst feelings in the world is when you walk into your homie's crib and there's a movie on, like Friday, and you're sitting there watching it for like 45 seconds. And you're like, no. And then all of a sudden something like that happens and you realize, oh, you're watching USA.
Yeah, I know. Like, this sucks.
Crazy. I hate it.
It might as well be a Tubi movie. You want to turn like a classic movie like Training Day into something worthwhile for Tubi. You got to dub it with bad acting.
Mm-hmm. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. It's like Denzel Washington turning the Domino out of nowhere. Oh shit. Oh my bad, Mojo. You don't know who the fuck Domino is, do you?
I don't think I do.
Damn. That just made me feel old. Never mind. Okay, so just look up Domino Ghetto Jam when we get off of here on YouTube. Yeah, that's like the big record he had. And I'm not saying check it out like I'm saying like co-signing it that he like some stellar superstar motherfucker. But I just want you to know what the fuck I was talking about. That's all.
Yeah, Domino's fire, bro.
Yeah.
Why'd you send me this shit?
Nah,
I trusted you.
you know what the fucked up part is? The fucked up part is like so since I moved over here, right? It's songs that's like West Coast classics that I'd be like, they'd be like, yo, such and such, and I'm like, I mean, I don't like that shit, yo. They're like, what?
Why don't you turn on some Ice Cube?
I mean, I love Ice Cube. That don't qualify. Like I'm saying, like some stupid duper, like
day?
what was the name of that shit? Oh god, I ain't even gonna say. But I was like, yeah, I don't listen to that. They was like, oh man, this is a classic. I'm like, it's a West Coast classic. I ain't from here. My ears hear that shit way different than yours. I don't hear it the way you hear it. I promise you.
Something by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Nah, but you know the odd thing though is I know that Sir Mix-a-Lot was the first like big rap star from here. Mm-hmm. But like at first we ain't know he was from Seattle. We thought he was I was like, yo, how is this country ass nigga from New York? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he's like my posse's on Broadway. And I'm like, that don't look like Broadway. And like they don't dress like, what is this? So then we found out where he was from. So like you gotta recall though, like for us, that song was big, and then everything that came after that was kind of and then Put Him on the Glass and all that Baby Got Back shit came, and it was huge again, you know what I'm saying? But like some of the other songs outside of My Posse's on Broadway that people out here know and be bumping shit. Like I'm like, I don't know that record. Like I didn't buy the album, I just knew that song. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, nah. It's weird when you go other places and you see how sometimes when you see how music hasn't made it to certain places or didn't, you know, get received the same way in other places. I think it's kind of dope though, really, when you think about it, but yeah, still kind of weird. Still kind of weird, yeah. All right, man, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm ready to eat. I'm gonna stuff my face. I've been trying to politely eat and shit while I'm fuck all that. I'm ready. I'm tired of dodging.
All that steam rising. I was like, lighting up another joint, and then I hear.
Oh shit! Hey man, gotta eat, bro. Gotta eat, and I gotta get it done because I gotta get my ass up and go to work in the morning. But yeah, it is what it is. Yo, you know the fucked up part is I gotta get up and go to work in the morning. Hey, listen, do me a favor, y'all. If you listening to this in the morning, afternoon, night, I don't care when you listening to it, whether it be Thursday, Friday, whenever. Whenever you listen to this, do me a solid. Go to 7thepanther.bandcamp.com and press play on Gravitas to jump off. You can download it for free. I ain't charging a fucking dime for the fucking single. You can have it. The album on the way. I apologize for the wait, but believe me when I tell you, you'll thank me later. I'll just say that. Anyway. Salute the Pretty Kings. Salute the Echo Limitless. Salute the Edomad Assassin. He'll be back. We're gonna get it done. Y'all already know what it is, man. On behalf of the squad, Monster, Elicit, Mojo Barnes, I am 7 the Panther. Thank y'all so much for supporting Pantha Politix. Make sure y'all give us some crazy 5-star ratings on them podcast shows where y'all be watching. Subscribe, share, comment, like, all that other shit. You know what to do. One love, y'all. Peace. I'm flying it.